Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. Today it's Bristol City versus Newcastle United in Premier League. This is following on from a 3-1 win against Brighton and Hove Albion at home, which was something of a struggle, I'm not going to lie. We went 2-0 up thanks to a couple of fortunate bits of play. One of them, Joelinton threw on goal, goalkeeper making a fantastic save, and Alan St Maximan just following up as all good strikers should to put the rebound away in the back of the net. The goal before that was as the result of a broken down corner. We got the ball back out wide. Xavi crossed the ball in from the left flank with his right foot. The in-swinger finding the head of Alan St Maximan, scoring his opener of the game. And then the third goal, again set up by Xavi, ball played across the face of the box, and John Joe Shelvey taking one touch on his left foot before hitting it with his right from about 25 yards out and burying it into the bottom hand corner. Glenn Murray then getting a consolation goal in the 92nd minute, a cross in from the left hand side, just nicking it with his head and squeezing it in between the goalkeeper and the near post. So today's match, you can already see the lineup there. We've made a few changes. Timo Werner retains his place. Paredes and Almiron coming in on either of the wide attacking flanks. As well as that, Todibo coming in for Aya today. Todibo played in the last match in the place of Hummels and acquitted himself very, very well. So he's getting another chance today. Still thinking over the future of Mats Hummels. It's possible we might end up going with the sale at the end of the season. So we have him for the remainder of this season. We do have enough options at centre back, and I'm very happy with the options that we do have. So maybe it is time for Mats Hummels to move on and to allow some of these other players to grow into the role a little bit. But that is something for another time. Today we're worried about Bristol City and what they can bring to this game. Jay Da Silva playing at left back, the former Arsenal prospect. Be interesting to see how he does today. Bristol City in the Premier League, who would have thought it? Football Manager fans probably. I think a fair few of you have seen Bristol find their way into the Premier League at some point. It always surprised me how Bristol had such a massive wage bill in Football Manager as opposed to all of the other Championship clubs, and yet they never looked in real life like challenging for a promotion place. Whereas in Football Manager they always were, and now we see that Pro Evolution Soccer also has them down as promotion candidates, at least in a few years' time. Let's see if they can get anything out of today's game. Perhaps the better question would be, can we get anything out of today's game? I would imagine that Bristol City, probably a better team than Haiphong United, and we all know how that particular game works out for us. Let's see what we can do today. So Bristol shooting from left to right. That was not ideal from those two players, but never mind, we get the ball away. This is the first game that we're playing on camera with Datapack 6 installed. I don't know if it's made too much of the way of dramatic changes in gameplay, although I do feel as though the game is playing a little better. That could of course just be my imagination. It's a heavy through ball. Don't know if that's going to work out for us. It doesn't. Bristol get it back. Oh, but that's a terrible pass. I don't know what they're thinking there. And there's a good goalkeeper decision there. Good goalkeeping from the man between the sticks. Ball goes out of play. Probably rushed a shot there. Could have taken an extra touch. Set myself up a little bit better. But Almiron does have a wicked left foot, so he was in the right position to be taking advantage of that opportunity. Here comes the corner kick. Nkunku on corners now. He's our nominated corner taker when Xavi isn't in the side. Ball whipped in, plays out. We're going to get to it. Or maybe not actually. Bristol managed to hang on to the ball. We do get it back. What is going on here? The players just losing themselves and the ball. And Bristol eventually come out with the spherical object. Back to goalkeeper, played out. Nkunku going to try for the header and does in fact win the header. Very well done by the Frenchman. Played in, taken down on his chest by Almiron. Couldn't quite make anything of it though. Ah, heavy touch. Get away with it though. And the heavy pass. Everything feeling a little bit heavy today. Bristol just playing it out around the back. Good passing play from the home team. Lobbed forward. Henriks winning the header authoritatively. Into the middle for Nkunku. Forward to... Oh my word, what's Timo Werner doing there? What on earth was that? He didn't take the ball with him. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And now Bristol looking to take advantage at the other end, and they could well do here. Good interception from Henriks. Played infield to Shelvey. Loose pass picked up by Ngessen. Oh my word. Everything feeling very, very haphazard. But here's Almiron. I thought he was onside, but no. Flagged off by the official's assistant. And it's pretty close between him and the left back that was playing him on. But maybe the pass was just delayed slightly too long. Fair call in the end from the referee. Bristol restart proceedings with a long ball upfield. Almiron going to win that race. He's in on goal. It's overly physical from the Bristol defender. Wins the ball, I would argue unfairly, but the AI referee having none of it. And Bristol again able to get away with the ball and try to hit on the break. Oh my goodness me, what is going on? Datapack 6 has not fixed the first touches of these players, who really are a lot better than that. I would expect it in my personal save at Lorient, where the players are not necessarily the best. Here's Werner. Werner. Easy finish for Timo Werner. It's 1-0 to Newcastle United. The German marksman off the mark today. Simple play in the end. Get the ball out wide, look for the space, feed it to Werner. Turns on the afterburners. The Bristol City defenders unable to use their physical tactics to hold him back. And he slots it past the goalkeeper into the near post for a 1-0 lead for Newcastle. Using a little bit of strength to hold the man off. Last ditch tackle coming in from the side, didn't put him off. And Newcastle have that valuable 1-goal lead. 34 minutes in. Bristol with the restart. They're going to need to try and get things turned around pretty quickly. The longer you leave it, the less chance there is of getting back into a game. I mean, that makes common sense, really. It's something I shouldn't even bother saying. Bristol have the ball centrally. Newcastle doing their best to try and win the ball back, but as of yet unsuccessful. Now out on the right wing. Very nice by Willems. Wins the ball easily. Plays it infield. A little bit of space for Todibo. Plays it across to Hayden. Up to Shelvey. And now they have an escape route on the right hand side. Henriks a little bit heavy on the first touch. Has to play it back. Ball played across the pitch. Switched flanks to Todibo. Playing out wide left. Centre backs Love to split when they can. And here's Willems on the left flank. He's going to play an early one in. There's no one really in the middle for it. Nkunku looked to hit it, but decided against it in the end. Shelvey, Henriks. Can Henriks whip one in? He can get the ball in. It looked like Werner was having a look there, but unable to get onto it, unfortunately. Newcastle retain possession of the ball. Willems might try another one here. He does, and there's a header, and it doesn't come to anything. And Shelvey ends up with trying a speculative shot. Not really a troubler for the goalkeeper. It took a slight deflection, which took a lot of the power off of it. And that, in fact, is the final act of the first half. Newcastle walk off the pitch with a 1-goal lead. It's been far from convincing football today, but they've done everything that they needed to do, and the main stat there is that Bristol have not been allowed a single shot yet. Newcastle will be happy with what they see in the stats columns. Pretty even all round, just that obviously the visitors today have been much more efficient at using the ball in an attacking sense. No. Immediately lost in the central midfield area. That's a brilliant interception by Hummels. Absolutely fantastic. He's still got it even at his age. Through ball played. Werner's onto it. Oh, off the post. How unfortunate. How very unfortunate for the young man. He'll be kicking himself. Did everything except the finish, and there's a bit of an overlap here. Bristol could be... Oh, hello. Oh, it's just wide. Goalkeeper not happy, and quite rightly so. Newcastle completely losing their man there. The overlap on the right side of the defence really paying off for Bristol. Henriks going for his man and leaving space for the winger behind him. Going to have to be mindful of that going on. It's a weakness that has been identified by quite a few opponents of Newcastle recently, as we've seen on this channel. Nice. Very nice. It's just a shame he's put it just wide. Werner under a lot of attention from the defender. A lovely little lobbed ball into the box though. Just proving you don't always have to whip it. But in the end, Werner unable to make anything of it. And it goes out for a goal kick, which is duly taken. And they've taken it short. Bristol trying to play it out from the back here, it seems. And Kunku floats over to try and give some attention to the wide player there. Oh dear, he's completely missed his kick there, the Bristol player. He won't be happy about that. Ah, dear, oh dear. Tried a little drag back and it didn't quite work out. And now Bristol on the attack, and they have men over here. Ball into the box. Oh dear, it's a mix-up. A mix-up between the defender and goalkeeper, and Wright steals in to apply the finishing touch. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We'll have a look at the replay to see exactly what happened there, but it's pretty clear for all to see. Two-man overlap on the right-hand side. The ball played in on his left. Hummels left it for the goalkeeper and unfortunately wasn't aware of Wright right in behind him. And it just nicks off of his head, flicks off the arm of the goalkeeper and loops into the back of the net. And now Benik Afobe, the former Arsenal and Wolves man, coming onto the pitch, looking to take advantage of a shaken Newcastle defence now. But immediately Newcastle back up the other end of the pitch and they're looking to try and take advantage here. Ball whipped into the box, he's free. Timo Werner straight away with the reply, and Newcastle are 2-1 up now. Predatory instinct from Werner, getting himself into that near post position. He knew exactly where the cross was coming from. Good hold-up play on the right-hand side there by Paredes. Whipped in by Henriks. And on the near post, not the most accurate of finishes, but he got it on target. It's always going to be a problem if the goalkeeper doesn't know exactly where it's going. He's got very little time to react to the shot. So all he had to do was miss the goalkeeper, and he managed that. And it's 2-1 to Newcastle. Good response from the visiting team here. Long ball forward. Newcastle going to be favourites to win that, and in fact they do. And here's Almiron now. Plays it through to Werner. Paredes, no, can't quite get to it. Werner is determined to try and play Paredes in here. Maybe he would have been better off to try and go alone. But he's not the greediest player on the pitch. Most of these players will look for the pass if they can find it. Bristol have shown an ability to score. I was very lucky that we didn't lose the ball immediately with the pass to the left flank. And after the heavy touch, just confirmed the loss of the ball, which probably should have happened earlier. That is not a foul. I'm terribly sorry, but that is not a foul from Henriks. And quite rightly, he wins the ball straight back. Now Newcastle just playing it around, looking for an opening. They're under some pressure from Bristol. That's maybe a little bit optimistic. But Nkunku, full of willing, full of running, and he does try to chase it down. Fair play to him on trying to make the best of a bad situation. Ball runs straight through the defence, back to the goalkeeper. He plays it out again, and this time Bristol do take it first time. And they have it on the wing here, and they've already shown danger from this side of the pitch. And oh my word, they've done it again. Benikafobe, the substitute, has come on and scored. 76th minute. An absolute thunderblast of a finish. The defenders asking questions among themselves as to what happened there. I think again it may have been Mats Hummels, the captain. It's just a mix-up between Henriks at right back and Hummels, the right-sided central defender. Neither one knowing who was going for it. Benikafobe knowing he was absolutely going on the end of it. And it's 2-2 here. And now extra changes. Wood and Palmer coming on for Pedro Pereira and O'Dowda. You get the feeling that Bristol sense blood in the water. Lucky deflection for Bristol. They win the ball back. And they are on the attack again, looking to expose the other flank of Newcastle United right now. Not getting any luck there though. Henriks might have been at fault for the goal, but he's not going to be at fault for letting another one in right now. And Bristol doing an excellent job of pressing, closing down those passing lanes. That's well spotted. Almiron's through. He's got a chance here. Oh, surely. What on earth? That is not the finish that you would expect from a man of such ability and quality. Terrible lunge from Todibo there. He's lucky to get away with it. Here comes Newcastle. Good tackle. No, it's a good tackle. The crowd call for a penalty, but it's certainly not. And it's a 2-on-1 here for Bristol. Hummels, calm and collected, takes care of the situation. And that's it. Final score, 2-2. 2 goals from Timo Werner, twice putting Newcastle ahead. But the porous left-hand side of the Newcastle defence letting them down twice. They were breached from that position right in the first instance, and Benikafobe with a vicious shot for the second equaliser. And that is frustrating to see, that we limited them to no shots at all in the first half, and in the second half they had 3 of them, 2 on target, and both of those ended up in the back of the net. Honours even here today, points shared, 1 apiece, and that will put a dent in Newcastle's chances of retaining their title, as we'll see on the next screen, because I would assume that Manchester City will have won their game. Oh well, hello. Manchester City have not won their game. In fact, they have lost 2-0 to Liverpool. So Newcastle United somehow extend to, by 1 point, their lead at the top of the table. They were ahead on goal difference after the last match day. Now they are ahead by a single point. Still unbeaten in the Premier League after 24 games. We'll see how much longer that lasts. But for now, that is the state of the Premier League table. A top four of Newcastle, Liverpool, Manchester City and Arsenal, with Tottenham right at their heels on goal difference. So we'll have a look now and see what's going on. Well, we can see there it's the last day of the transfer window, so decision to be made. We'll go into negotiations. We'll have a look at this bid. 24 million. It's Olympic Lyon, which means that he'll be moving to a different league. So it would be definitely a case of so long and thanks for all the fish. He wouldn't be playing against us, at least not in domestic competition. We have an offer for Almiron, which is frankly insulting. So we've ended those negotiations. But yeah, there's a big question here. It's a big question. 24 million for him. He's valued at 22. The sports director says they've got leeway for negotiation, so there is the possibility that we could actually end up getting a little bit more for him. You know what I'm wondering though? Lyon aren't a bad team. Who do they have? Do they have anyone that we would want? Hmm. Not a huge number. Hmm. Let's give them something to think about. If they want him, they're going to have to pay a decent amount for him. They will renegotiate. They're not going to walk away from negotiations at this stage. Interesting. They have actually agreed to £30 million. So let's look at our... We've got Aya, we have Fazio, we have Todibo, and we have Mattia, who can all play at centre-back. Todibo has been playing quite well and will still improve. Fazio will obviously improve, so will Mattia. And Aya will be a picture of consistency for the next 2 years. I feel like maybe we should be accepting this. Yes, I do feel like we should be accepting this. Right. Matt, you've been absolutely wonderful for the club, and I will always be thankful for you coming in and turning us into Champions League winners, Premier League winners, but 30 million quid is nothing to be sniffed at for a player at your age. And I think it's time that we part ways. I wish you all the best in your future endeavours, and I wish you nothing but pleasant days in your retirement, or your incoming retirement in France. But 30 million quid is a lot of money, and we could use it. So thank you for your time. It's done. It is done. Mats Hummels is leaving the club imminently. Club captain sold for £30 million. It's not a bad not a bad sale really. Valued at 19, we got 30 for him. Probably could have pushed for a bit more, but I feel 30 million is a fair amount. And and now the offers are coming thick and fast. So now Tottenham Hotspur in for Henriks. Nope. No, you cannot have him. I'm terribly sorry. Should probably have a look at the youth team and just make sure that there aren't any young players that we could be tempted to promote to the starting, not the starting lineup, but certainly the match day squad, or the playing squad in general. So these are our best players, and there are some really good ones. Um, well, I'm just trying to think of where we're a little bit short. We're covered at centre back, goalkeeper we're fine. We're fine at left back. We're fine at right back. We have a decent number of midfielders. I don't think we need any more midfielders. I feel like we don't have a dedicated backup at right wing forward. Ryan Babel could offer that for us. Speed and acceleration, good dribbling, good ball control, good in tight spots. He's got decent form. Passing's not great. Finishing's okay. Player skills, he can do flip flaps, Marseille turns, step on skills, long range drive, which I like, chip shot control, interesting, long range shooting, excellent, and dipping shot. Maybe. That's going to be something that you're going to have to tune in next time to find out. Do we sign Ryan Babel? Do we sign someone else? Who knows? It's a mystery. And that mystery will be solved next time you join us, which will be tomorrow. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.